Hello everyone, this is going to be your general love reading for April 23rd. April 23rd, general daily love message, all right? It is not sign specific. It's just a general message for anyone that it may resonate with at the time, okay? We should be able to, though, touch on a few different groups of people, so it will actually be a few different messages, I should say. Okay, at the end of this video, we'll do something more sign specific, but it'll just be for whoever comes out. All right, for a specific message for just a couple of signs. All right, so April 23rd. Daily message in the area of love for the collective, for anyone that needs to hear this. All right, 3, the solar plexus chakra, all right? The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Okay, so there may be something here with the way that you feel about someone or the feelings that someone is bringing out in you. And it may be that some of you are finally able to be a whole person. Obviously not like you weren't a whole person before, but you know, you need to sort of have a peace within mind, body, and soul, which is that 3, about yourself, and a content place before you can likely go on and make anyone happy, or even them make you happy. You know, a lot of times we think that it's just no one can make us happy, but then, you know, when you look at it, are you really even happy with yourself? So the yellow flower of life, yellow is also a point of focus. Okay, it's a point of focus, it's a point of clarity. Okay, so some of you may be becoming clear on some things. Okay, who are we? What is our self-esteem? Because it is exactly that, right? It's esteem of, as Cat Williams would say, esteem of your motherfucking self. Okay, so whatever we may be feeling, how do we contribute to this is what I'm getting, versus the ones around us, and how do we allow the ones around us to affect us? Okay, and should we be giving them that much power over us? Okay, here with this willpower, and some of you may be struggling with willpower. I'm specifically seeing someone bite their tongue, so there may be something that you you know, when they say bite your tongue, it's normally because you want to say something that not that it's not warranted, but it's probably would be considered rude, or cause conflict of some sort, right? So I'm seeing someone bite their tongue, but I'm also seeing it also in a more sexy way too. So you have a dual message coming out, one for one person, one for another. So someone here is having trouble or coming into a more controlled willpower, something with being able to hold their tongue and control their tongue and what they're able to say to people. But also someone here is trying to keep their willpower and trying to keep from saying something or coming on to someone or approaching someone in a romantic way, or letting them know that they have some sort of a romantic interest, advancing on someone in some way here. I'm seeing someone is I apologize. So yeah, someone is so they may be involved with someone, or the person wanting to advance that one knows that that one may be involved in someone. So it's taking, I'm seeing a great deal of willpower to not make this advance, to not approach this person, because they are creating feelings and yeah, creating feelings, which they change throughout the day, right? But there's a focus, a heavy focus on this person. It's very clear of the feelings that this person creates. Okay, but who are we and what do we have to contribute? So this is something of like, so someone here is feeling like, what do I bring to the table? Or I know what I bring to the table. What do you bring to the table? So it's what do I contribute to a relationship or this relationship? So this is coming through as a message for quite a few people, actually, both single and in relationships, are starting to question. The single ones is in a couple of different ways, actually. So if I'm not finding who I want, is it because Is it because I'm not contributing? Do they not see what I can contribute? Are they not seeing me as a whole? I'm hearing. And also, what do you contribute though? And do I contribute enough? Do I make a large enough contribution in the bank? Okay, so for some of you, this may be a status thing, but also for those of you in a relationship, there's a question of, it's uneven. Someone is feeling very even, like, someone doesn't feel like the other person is contributing as much, specifically in the area of feelings and focus. Someone is feeling very back burner here. Okay, so for some of you, okay, then we have 6, right? A multiple of 3. Third eye chakra. The frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination and our psychic powers. Okay, we're going to get one more from this deck, but I'm seeing that, okay, so it's someone, there's a deep connection here for someone, at least they think there is. And then I'm also seeing someone that is very clear now. They were not clear before. They are clear now of a connection that, okay, so there's someone here in a relationship that they've known or suspected, at least for some time, that there was a very different connection here. And though they are not romantically attracted to one another anymore, they were at first, they are not anymore. One of these people is very clear that just because we cannot be romantically involved does not mean I don't know who you are. And who are you? You are me. I'm saying you are me. You are mine, and you are mine. So this is well, I don't want to say family because that's kind of sick and incestual, right? But what is family? So the blood doesn't make you family, right? But you're understanding that your connection is very real, but that doesn't mean that the romantic connection is very real. Very, very interesting. And I'm seeing like illusion. Just because you have the dream doesn't make the dream real or something. I can't. Yeah. So there's someone here that's, okay, so there's someone here that is trying to make more out of a connection than there actually is, or trying to make a connection, period. And I'm seeing and hearing someone trying to connect the dots, but there are dots missing. Okay, so however that may resonate with you, but there's definitely someone here that is trying to convince themselves even that there is more of a connection here. And again, I'm talking to different groups. So, that there's more of a connection, or even a connection, period, that there is not. That there is not. And they're saying, leave it alone. Leave it alone. The dots are missing. Okay, so magic number 31. Okay, 31, magic. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. Okay, so for those of you both single and in a relationship, what are you manifesting, and how do you view magic and the manipulation of energy? Because you see here 31 is 4. 4 is solid foundations and stability, right? It is comfort. It can also be seen as greed and holding on a bit too tightly, but I am seeing there's a very strong message of people needing, and this has been a strong message of people needing to understand their ability to manifest. Okay, they need to understand that you can only ever go as far as you think you can go. Okay, so right back now they're pulling me back to the status one. So there's someone here, or maybe a number of you, that are feeling either like you are out of someone's league or someone is out of your league. And yes, so someone definitely feels like like, because I'm hearing it's like you are out of my league. And so with that mentality and with that attitude, you're never going to get what you want. Perhaps they're out of your league. I mean, it depends on how you would measure the league of someone, and what is status, and how is success measured, and what exactly are you looking at, and in what area of life. So I'm seeing people here that actually are not, they're not compatible. They're not compatible because they're showing me someone who's very heavily focused on like, because I'm seeing a lot of charity work and humanitarian type of things, and then I'm seeing another person who's very like suit and tie, as a matter of fact, that is Armani that they are wearing. And so you have someone here that is willing to quite literally give the shirt off of their own back to the homeless person on the street. And you have someone here, they're showing me what looks to be like Wall Street in an Armani suit, very fast paced. And it's like someone here is very attracted and interested. I'm going to say interested and definitely focused on someone like this, but they are thinking they are so out of my league. Well, I don't know. If it were me, I would say that they are out of you are out of their league, okay? But depending on how you're measuring that, okay? How are you measuring that? And maybe neither one's wrong, okay? Maybe no one's out of anyone else's league. Perhaps you're playing for different teams, okay? So definitely be aware of what you say, what you think, the mindset that you have, and what you are able to manifest. Because again, they're saying you are your own limit. You are your own limit. So right. So if you think that you're always going to be single, you're always going to be single. If you think that you can't have that person, then you can't. If you think that every relationship, specifically if there's a lot of you, it's like you have this really I don't think you try to be negative, but I think so much has happened, so many bad things have happened, that you sort of go into a relationship with this attitude of it's too good to be true. And it's like I'm seeing someone, so I'm seeing someone like come in the door and they're handing someone flowers, and the person has a very smug is not the word, very almost emotionally cold, emotionless even, or almost just not as excited, okay, as someone should be to get this gesture, because I am seeing this as a purely sporadic thing. This is not a holiday, this is not a birthday, this is just because. And I'm seeing it. What did you do wrong? What did you do wrong? So it's this very waiting for things to go south, waiting for things to go sour, almost anticipating it, and focus so much on it so that you are the one actually manifesting it, at least in part, okay? Not only that, but you also miss out on all the good things, even if the person is shit, all right? Even if the person is shit, at the end of the day, you miss out on all of the good experiences that you could have had in the moment because you were waiting on it to fall through. And I am seeing someone, wow, they're showing me someone falling through a trap door. So again, it's like you set this trap for yourself. Okay, so yeah, let's get something else here. The lovers, some of you may be dealing with a Gemini, all right, but others of you may have your fair share of choices, okay? Some of you may be, again, there's this equally yoked sort of feeling here. And you see there's a snake. There's a snake there biting at his ankle. Sorry, I had to stop for a second because yeah, anyway, how interesting. Okay, so I'm actually seeing someone, well, I'm hearing ICP, all right, Under the Moon, the song, We'll Always Be Together, because we're both under the moon. And then they're drawing me or replaying the last part of it. Look here, fuck you and the moon. All right, that song is about someone who, about a man specifically, who jumped to his girl's defense, okay? I want to say he killed a man. because she told him that she was raped or something like that. I don't know. For what, I can't remember it all, but basically the boyfriend jumps to the woman's defense, and the actions that he takes on her behalf in her protecting her actually put him in prison. And he writes her, I write another letter. I write one every day. I never got a letter back. I write them anyway. Yeah, so okay, and then his mind starts running away with itself, and he's like, you're probably getting married, you're probably getting fucked. I'll break out of this fucking cell and try to cut that motherfucker up. Oh, okay. So, wow, some of you are so bitter, and you know, I want to say rightfully so, because some of you were used, okay? Some of you were very used, and I'm seeing like, look here, fuck you and the moon. And the moon is a very feminine energy, okay? Wow. So for those of you specifically that have jumped to someone's defense and got fucked over in the long run, all right, there's what I am being shown is there is someone here that is very focused on you and sees you in a very beautiful light. If you are not careful, you're going to miss an opportunity, because what I am seeing is that they're only going to be able to see you in this light for so long, because you're very good at projecting. And so because you do not see your own light, eventually your light will fade to them as well. Wow, very powerful for whoever that may be. And then for others of you, there's just a new focus on someone that it's like just so, it's so, new, you know, it's like that honeymoon thing. But I'm also now I'm hearing poison. That girl is poison with that snake. So lots of messages coming through for lots of different people. Okay, so for here, the Page of Cups, all right, the Page of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, so somebody, especially the ones that got fucked over, you're wanting an apology, and the apology is not going to come. And you need to understand that that person is in a bad place, and whatever apology they may give you, at least at this point, I'm saying wouldn't be sincere anyways. And you also need to understand that when you jumped to that person's defense, you did the right thing. I'm hearing you did the right thing because it was the honorable thing, okay? It was the honorable thing, and it's what anybody they're saying with your heart would have done, okay? So, and they're saying don't ruin it, and I think they're talking about your heart, okay? So you did the right thing, and I think it's important for you to understand that whatever they did to you has nothing to do with you. It's not that you weren't good enough, you weren't sexy enough, you weren't this, has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's them and their selfish behavior. It could have been you, it could have been Joe Blow around the corner. They would have had the same reaction. It has nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do with you, and you've got to let that go. Okay, you've got to let that go. It's not coming. The offer isn't coming, all right? But also, the Page of Cups can have to do with imagination, okay? And it is in the reverse. Again, blocking that imagination. Do you understand that you are your own limit? Whatever you can imagine is what you can achieve. And if you don't believe it, then it will never happen. I'm feeling like I'm dealing with, I don't want to say someone who has a very negative outlook, but it's like I'm dealing with someone who has lost hope. Okay, I'm speaking to someone who has lost hope. They've been hurt very badly. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. The Five of Cups here in the reverse position with this third eye chakra. Okay, so I want to get another card before I expand on that. But basically, I'm seeing that coming out of this space of loneliness, and not even just coming out of the space of loneliness, but finally realizing that you have more than you thought you had, or that you've been able to focus on in a long time. I'm seeing that you've had yourself shut off for a long time. So okay, so I think there's a large number of you that don't realize it's like no one sees me. No, they see you when you want to be seen, okay? I don't think you realize just how powerful your mind is. So if you are closing yourself off, if you don't want to be seen, if you are feeling short, if you are feeling ugly, if you are, when I say short, I mean small, right? If you're feeling small, if you're feeling insignificant, if you're feeling ugly, you will notice that you even walk. You walk with your head down. Maybe your shoulders are slouched. You don't notice as much because you're not looking up, right? And people see that, right? People pick up on that vibe, and they don't see you because you don't want to be seen. The moment you become confident, the moment you start to listen, because I'm seeing something perk your ears, okay? I'm seeing your ears perk up, and they're showing it's a wolf, okay? So there's something very primal here that's been stirred in you that connects you back to your power. How interesting that the primal urge would connect you back to your divinity. However, that is exactly what they are showing me, what I'm seeing. So when your ears perk, you perk. When you hear, when you want to listen, when you want to be seen, you are seen. You fix your hair different. I'm seeing you walking tall. You appear taller. Just your attitude makes you tall. It's almost like when people meet you, it's like, I would have thought you were a bigger person, or I thought you were taller. So you take on this whole different, people see you different because you think of yourself differently, okay? And you've come out of this inner conflict with self. 5 and 5 here, 5 of Cups and 5 of Swords, both in the reverse position. Coming out of conflict with yourself and finally seeing yourself, and when you are able to see yourself like that, you communicate that without even having to say a word. Okay, the 9 of Cups coming in the reverse position. Now it is coming over that magic, okay? Over that, that whatever we imagine we can have, okay? So if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. This is very real for those of you that are not getting what you want, both single and in relationships alike, okay? So some of you are actually manifesting ugliness and problems in your current relationships, and some of you are continuing to stay single because you don't believe that you can manifest your partner. And I'm here to tell you, you absolutely can. With this Knight of Swords in the reverse position and this Knight of Wands, you are speaking shit over yourself. This came out in yesterday's reading. So you're speaking shit over yourself, all right? And perhaps you have other people keeping you down. So anyone that may be, you know, speaking ill to you, they are, it's like, be careful what you let into your head. Be careful who you let into your space, and be careful what words and the speech that you let in to your head. They're showing me someone wearing headphones at night while you sleep. And now I don't know this to be absolute truth, but I think whenever the reason why people do that is because you're less likely to resist, and you actually retain information in your sleep. So many levels to these messages. Some of you are sleeping. Some of you are under this sort of almost hypnotic state, and you don't realize the abuse and ill intentions in speech coming from your partner, and maybe even your family members around you, that is entering into you, these horrible things that are entering into you and keeping you in a very low vibrational state, and keeping you in this state of not getting what you want, keeping you in this state of poverty. So they're saying poverty, okay? So go within and meditate, and you know, with the 7 of Wands energy and this 4 of Swords energy, I'm thinking you need to distance yourself from some things and some people, and just like hold on. You see how with this 7 of Wands, they're walking through, but they have their hands out in front of them, like just get out of my way. Like, I have to get through. Let me through. And I'm hearing someone yell, like, I'm coming through, move, get out of the way. Okay, so with this two of Wands energy, there's a very strong and clear message that someone is not making the decision, and it's almost like, you know what, you're blaming everyone else or your birthright or lack thereof. It's like you blame life and you blame everything but you. And as soon as you realize that you hold the keys to every aspect of your life, and the world is what you make it. And I know that sounds corny, but it's 100% true. The moment you decide that you don't want to walk down this path anymore, that you can take a right, and the moment, and they're saying, if there's not a path to your right, make one. The moment you realize you can do that, they'll be falling at your feet, okay? With the Ace of Wands in the reverse position, I feel like that's a separate message. Yeah, well, I mean, it connects for some of you, because some of you are just scared to take that leap, or you don't believe that you can. Again, you have the, you don't believe that you can, okay? With the Six of Wands coming like this. So it's like someone is getting ready to come out into the public and be seen again, okay? Someone is like, wants to feel sexy, but almost doesn't have the confidence to feel sexy. I'm even seeing someone who gets very dressed up, like they're about to go out. Like they feel really confident one minute, and they do their hair, they do their makeup, they put on nice clothes, this and this and this. And then when it's time to walk out of the door, something comes over them where they just can't do it. It's almost as if they are ashamed, or they think that they'll be laughed at, or there's something here. I don't know. It's like they're scared to walk out of the door in any sort of dressed up, or maybe it's because they haven't had attention on them in so long. Even though they really want the attention, they're almost scared to have it on them, or something like that, or they're scared that people will think that they are calling too much attention to themselves. Okay, but there's also some of you here that want children. Okay, so specific message for some of you in relationships that are wanting children, and you think you've been told, you think this because most likely what I'm seeing, you've been told this. You've been told you can't have children. Either you're too old, there's some sort of a medical condition, there's something going on here where you have been told or led to believe that you cannot have children. And I am hearing them say, no, you call your children out of the universe. That's it. That's the message on that. And it's a very stern message. So believe how you will. Take it as you will, whoever that may be resonating with. All right. With this Four of Cups, okay, and he's throwing that cup. He doesn't even want it. He's got so many other cups there, he doesn't even want it. Like I said, as soon as you realize what you have and the power that you hold, they'll be falling at your feet. Okay, this Four of Wands energy in the reverse position with this Nine of Swords. There are some of you, again, like I said, you are in relationships that are not of the divine nature. In fact, completely the opposite. And again, you have a card here about the sleep. There's something going on in someone's sleep, and I feel like you're sleeping on someone, or they're sleeping on you. Maybe someone's sleeping around on you. Okay, yes, for a number, yes, they're saying yes. For a number of you, someone's sleeping around on you, or you are sleeping around on them, and that's why you're feeling like you're in competition. But you need to understand that somebody's only going to do to you what you allow them to do. So I mean, can we change the locks? You want me to pack your shit? What shit? I'll even make you a plate to go, baby. I mean, shit, you want to go, let me call him or her for you, and let me get you a ride over there, because I think it's time for you to go back to where you came from. Okay, but you see this person, remember I said it's like they have headphones, you see this little monster or whatever nibbling at their shoulder, and you know, they wake up to find that their life is the nightmare. So some of you maybe wake, and I'm seeing like this very hypnotic state, and I don't know if that's just metaphorical or what. They're showing me that, I don't even know what that movie's called, but it's that black guy or that chick, that white woman, like has that coffee cup or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what they're showing me. And even before they showed me that, I don't remember my exact words, but it's like this hypnotic state, or it's like you're under a spell, or you're sleeping even though you're awake, and it's like, wake up. There's someone here that is sucking you dry. They're sucking the life out of you. Interestingly enough, because I'm seeing a succubus, and somebody who it's like, does this person fuck you so good that you have no clue seriously how mean they are to you and how much they're stealing from you? And you know, and I don't mean like stealing your money, however some of them may be. Strong message for someone here to wake up. This unity is not divine, and they're, for a number of you, you're sleeping around on someone, or they're sleeping around on you. Okay, so let's get to the specific zodiac signs here. All right, if you're still with me. April 23rd, who do we have a message for April 23rd? Specific message for someone that needs to hear it on April 23rd. All right, Cancer. Cancer. Let's go, Cancer. April 23rd. So this is going to be Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And also cross watcher. So Cancer, someone that you are dealing with, or you or someone if you are dealing with a Cancer. Okay. And we get the Empress. Wow. Wow. Cancer, you are in your power, or you are dealing with someone in their power. Okay. And you see how she is the creation energy. And I want to say she has these people on strings, but that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing she's knitting, right? She is knitting that couple, okay? And you see she's pregnant. Some of you may be pregnant because that's the second time. That's the second time something about pregnancy has come out specifically. And she is sitting up above, much higher, like a god, like a goddess, okay? And they are saying specifically for somebody that is watching this or needing to hear this, you're wanting children and you've been told for whatever reason you do not believe that you can have children. Yes, you can. You call them out of the universe. And they're saying, ask and you shall receive. Okay, so Cancer, but also stepping into your power and creating abundance and again, creating whatever it is you want. And don't go below the Empress, they're saying. With this this Six of Swords energy, Cancer, you or someone that you're dealing with, or if you are dealing with a Cancer, you may have to leave someone behind because they either pull you out of this Empress state, or it's like, yeah, you have to come down to meet them where they are, is what I'm seeing. And you need to leave that behind. They're saying you're better than that, you're bigger than that. Why would you want to go backwards? They're saying, why would you want to go backwards? And now's not the time to fall on the spear. I don't know what that means. I mean, yeah. So the Sun coming out for you, Cancer, now is coming out in the sideways position. All right. But so some of you, Cancer, may be dealing with a Leo and you may just be questioning your strength, or it may be a breaking point for you. Okay. There may be a breaking point for you, Cancer. I'm hearing, where does the sun set, or go back to where the sun set? I feel like there's a memory that someone needs to there's a memory that someone needs to remember. That sounds retarded. But no, there's like a specific place in time having to deal with a sunset, Cancer, that's coming through for you. Okay, with the Knight of Swords here. With the Knight of Swords. So again, there's Knight of Swords continues to come out. It's like, don't and with the Six of Swords and the Sun, so don't let so some of you may be arguing, and it's almost someone needs to remember why they fell in love with this person. Okay, someone needs to remember why they fell in love with this person. And again, you have here, do you see how the way that he's holding that sword out right over her, like no one can get near? Okay, he seems to be protecting her, or warding off, or yeah, something like that. So that came out earlier. So that person I was talking about earlier, that could have, could be a Cancer, or you could be a Cancer, and also under the moon. What rules Cancer? The moon. So Cancer, you could be connecting with a Leo, you could be connecting with a Gemini, because that's what came out in that message. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position here. Five of Pentacles in the reverse position. Wow. And he's so starved. Like I said, someone is sucking the life out of some of you. And he's offering himself up there on that altar. Whatever's left of him is very nasty. Very nasty. But coming out of that poverty-like mindset. And Cancer, I feel like you've really been going through it lately. I feel like you've really been going through it lately. I think that's why you need that memory. They're like, remember. So either that's a memory with someone specific, or that's a memory of who you are, or a time when you were in your true power. And it's like, I don't know, like the Lion King and what's his name? Remember who you are. Simba and Mufasa, you know, remember who you are. Only you probably don't have a really cool monkey. But if you do, that's even better. I was going to pull one. They're saying no, keep going. All right. Aries. I don't even know if I want to give Aries a message. Y'all are so mean to me. Aries. Okay, Aries. What do we have? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as well as cross watcher for Aries. Okay, so the Page of Cups in the reverse position. Aries, so if you are the one that was waiting on that offer, if you are the one that was waiting on that apology, I don't know that you should be. And also Aries, don't get in your own way. Okay, Aries have a tendency to be, I don't even want to say anything about Aries because I just know they're going to fucking bite my head off for no damn reason. Obviously not all Aries, because, I mean, I know, all the Aries I know are actually pretty fucking cool, but, not in YouTube land. Not in YouTube land. And I'm Aries rising, and I gotta say, not in YouTube land. So for whatever reason, if you're waiting on an apology, it's not going to come. I'm going to leave that there with the Ace of Swords here. Aries, so someone here may be confused about an Aries, or maybe confused. So that may not even necessarily be an apology. That may be a love offer, a very immature love offer. And it may be actually you turning it away because you're confused about it. Now that could be the Aries making the offer to someone, or someone making the offer to Aries here, okay? With the Chariot, okay, Aries, you could even be dealing with a Cancer, all right, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so the confusion is being stuck on someone, waiting for some type of closure here, whether this is Aries, you with someone, or if you, someone, are dealing with an Aries, okay? Being stuck on someone, waiting for something, waiting for them to offer you something, be it an apology, a reconciliation, a form of closure, a commitment, whatever this is. They're leaving you in a confused state, and almost on, not on purpose, but they know you're waiting, and they're choosing to not make a decision, and they know that you're waiting on them to do that, and it's time for you to go ahead and move forward and move away from them, okay? Leave them behind, all right? You have stronger, much stronger interest ahead of you, and also this makes you stronger. And also, though, there's a message here of like, let them know how strong you are, and let them know and let it be known, and not in a way of playing games. It's like, I'm not moving on to get your attention. This is not a game. Like, I'm moving on, and because I'm that strong. Now, if you choose to come later, you know, maybe we'll figure something out then. But it's not like, I'm not getting like someone's trying to make someone jealous. Like, oh, I'm going to go over here and hopefully they'll come along. No, it's not like that. It's like you need to move forward in your power and be stern and be strong in your power away from this person. So as to prove to yourself you're not playing games, but also to them, okay? And just let happen from there what will happen from there. But it's specifically they're saying, like, don't play games with it. It's not a game. When you do it, make sure that you're doing it for real. Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And they are saying, and you need to do it, okay? Fear and death coming out over here for you, Cancer. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love, okay? Again, like I said, go back to that space, whatever that sunset or that happy place is for you. They're showing me a sunset, but it could be anything. But I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love, all right? And beginnings. Endings are merely beginnings, Cancer. So I think I gave an example of someone who is needs to remember why they fell in love with someone, okay? You need to remember why you fell in love with someone, and then they're saying you need to drop it there, and don't be scared to love, and don't be scared to love again, either with this person or with someone else, okay? And don't be scared to love yourself again, because you are worth it. But there are a number of you that are moving away from someone with that Six of Swords energy, so don't be scared to to move away, and don't be scared to continue to love them while you move away. Just because you can't be with someone and you have to put some distance in between you and that person doesn't mean that you have to love them any less, or even should for that matter. Okay, abundance coming out for you, Aries. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. How that came out just right where it's coming out. I love how this whole thing just flows, and this whole side just flows. Okay, so I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality, Aries. Okay, you or someone that you're dealing with in Aries. So if you are having an interest in an Aries and you're thinking they're out of your league, think again. Think again. Believe. You are your own limitation. Okay, one more card here, please, for Aries. One more card for Aries to end this reading off. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness right along with your belief and your imagination, and how powerful do you really believe you are, because that's exactly how powerful you are. Okay, so I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm sorry. And I will see you next time.